context for this very strange day here in New York. The first is the governors of all three of the states involved, that's New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, have all said they haven't spoken to the White House about this supposed quarantine, or as Cuomo calls it, lockdown. It's just unclear as to what this is. The second piece of context is people who live in these states have already been told to stay at home as much as they possibly can. Essential travel only, essential personnel only. Businesses that aren't essential have been told to send their workers home. The idea of New Yorkers, traveling around a whole lot and other people from this area, they've already been told not to do that. So the governors of these states are saying, look, we're already doing a lot of this stuff, and we haven't heard from the White House to know exactly what it is the White House is planning. Wolf?
Evan, Big Boris Santoro, thank you very much. Let's go to the White House right now. Our White House correspondent, Jeremy Diamond, is standing by. Jeremy, a lot of unexpected developments emerging from the president today. Once again, he's considering what he calls this short-term quarantine for parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. What are you hearing right now, Jeremy, about when the president might make a final decision on this?
Well, Wolf, look, it's been radio silence from the White House on any details about this proposal or the timing of when the president might implement this. All we can do is look at the president's own statements, and on Twitter he said earlier that this was a decision he would be making, quote-unquote, shortly. How long that would be, we don't exactly know. As far as what this proposal actually is, the president, of course, has used this term quarantine, but when pressed further on it, it seems that what he's talking about are travel restrictions, essentially restricting anybody in the tri-state area that is at the center of this epidemic, this coronavirus epidemic in the United States, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, preventing any individuals who live in that area from traveling elsewhere in the country. And it seems that part of the president's concerns stem from something that he heard from the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, who is a Republican and a close ally of the president's. The president just yesterday was talking about how DeSantis was essentially complaining about the fact that there were New Yorkers coming down to Florida, risking the potential to spread the coronavirus further in that state. But Wolf, this is in line with what we know the president has been considering in recent days, as those 15 days to stop the spread are coming to an end in just a few days. The president has really been looking at this from a geographic standpoint. He knows that there are certain hotspots in the country where there has been a lot of spread, a lot of cases of coronavirus, and other areas where there has been less. And the president, eager to reopen the economy, has been looking at ways to classify different regions by low, medium, and high risk. And so this certainly is in line with that geographic strategy. The question, Wolf, is whether the president is actually going to move forward with this. The incoming White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, he was asked earlier today how serious the president is about this and what legal mechanisms he could potentially move forward with. Meadows would only say that the White House is evaluating all options at the moment. Wolf?
All right, Jeremy Diamond at the White House. If you get more information on what exactly all this means and when the president's going to make a decision, we'll, of course, get back to you ASAP. Thank you very much. In the meantime, let's go to Baton Rouge right now. And the U.S. Senator from Louisiana, Phil Cassidy. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. You have unique perspective because in addition to being a politician, you're also a physician, and you've dealt with all sorts of crises, health crises in your state, including Katrina. What's your reaction to this proposal from the president to initially start with parts of New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and put that under those parts of those states under some form of short-term quarantine?
There is a paper from MIT, which I tweeted today, which says basically it is not when you institute such a community restriction, but it's not if you do, it's when you do. And the longer you wait to do it, the higher the velocity of spread, which means the longer it must last. Now, this modeling is from MIT. It's on the website. Today, I reviewed a PowerPoint from pandemic planning from right after 9/11, where the federal government brought in people from the private, the media, etc. And in their pandemic planning, they again spoke of having to take communities and, if you will, restrict travel in and out if you're going to contain. This is ultimately for the better of the community. Right now, there's cities hoarding ventilators and personal protective equipment because they are afraid that the virus is going to hit them. They need to be prepared. If they know that the spread is going to be contained, I think they will feel freer about liberating their PPE and ventilators to those people in which the infection is cresting now. So it's backed up by science. It's backed up by their war games. I think it also will benefit those communities that need the resources but can't get